So JavaScript we have covered. This is I think the fourth time I'm covering JavaScript. Earlier three times I had covered end to end. JavaScript we are covering it again. Uh, Shashank, you go through the React course. Did you go through the React course that is there in our portal?
No,
You've not gone.
I haven't, Sanath.
So in JavaScript, everything is similar to what is there in Java or what is there in C#. Only I will cover what is different between how we write code in C# or Java or Python, and how JavaScript is different. Okay.
Okay.
Now, inline way, internal way, external way, we know. Inline, we can write code within the HTML elements. Internal, we can write code in a script tag within script tags, and external is the external files we know. Okay. I'll just give one example. Inline means I have this maybe this div. I want to click on the div. I write on click, and it's you see it is not camel case, it was small letter. Here I can write whatever code I have to write. So this is inline. Internal is I can have a script file, sorry, script tag. In script tag I can write something, some code like where name. Okay, and I can write a function and all those things over here. Within script tag is in internal, inline, and external is we are adding a external file and where there we are writing. Okay. That is inline external. Okay, we know this. Helper methods are which will be helping us a lot in console or console dir, document or write and alert are there. Okay. These are generally used for knowing what went wrong in at a particular location. Basically, we have to know how to place breakpoints in our browser. When we place a breakpoint in our browser, we can see the values. Other than that, these helper methods are there, which will do the same, thing. Basically, knowing what is the value we have passed or value which is outputted. Okay. No problem in this. So all same. Now statement we know that okay. Basically, these are can be commands. It's a set of instruction. Basically, console log is a statement, or where name equals to Sanath is a statement. Okay, let something. So anything which is ending with a semicolon. Now semicolon is also not compulsory in JavaScript. It's not compulsory at all. Those is that is called a statement. Statement begins with the identifier. Okay. Then it has a identifier name that is called variable name, and then some initialized value, or if we not initializing it, we are simply declaring it. That is a statement. Okay. Variables, we know it's just a container where we have values. Now in JavaScript, the values can be reassigned, and the data type of the values can also be easily changed. For var, let, and const, if you're writing something in const, then you can't reassign the value. In let and var, you can reassign the value. Okay. And so always people prefer const over let and var, because var has functional scope, and let and constant will come with what is let const over here, but I'm just saying. Okay. Those are variables. Okay. Now, if I just open the, this is start with, okay. In the script, okay, a lot of things I might have written in the script. Okay. That means this is a statement. This is also a statement. That's it. Because both are ending with a semicolon. Something we're saying to the computer to do any operation, that is called a statement. Okay. Now, next is documentation. We know that JS docs and TS docs are there for documentation purpose. But for documentation, we know how to write the comment. These are multi-line comments where we can write the comments over here. Single line comments are double slashes. Okay. Done. Assign variable value, assign variable values later. Yeah, this is nothing but kind of a concept of hosting, but hosting we'll study later. But basically what it is saying that I can write over here, declare the value, but I can use the value later. Like I can write here name equals to. So this doesn't is not supported by other languages. Only in JavaScript we can do it. Other languages, if you're initializing something, you have to assign the value. But in JavaScript, we can first declare, then we can assign it. Okay. We can do. But in TypeScript, we can't do it. Because TypeScript will say that this is an error. If you have declared something, you have to assign it. in TypeScript because types, the names are just strongly typed, right? You have to always, in const, if I just do const, I can't do like this in const. Const, if I do like this, it will say an error. See, it came an error. What it is saying that the must be initialized. Anything constant must be initialized. In let and where it is no hard and fast rule that we can. But const, you have to initialize it. That is a must in const.
Oh,
I'm going a little fast because we know this stuff. These are basic steps.
yeah.
Very important to know also. Assign variable value later. Okay. Variable, let me know that we can't begin with a number. We can't begin with a number that we know, and we can have a special symbol only. Underscore and dollar can be used, and letters and digits can be used within, not start. So basically, we can't start something like this. We can't something on. We can't start like this. We can start with a dollar underscore. Obviously, I've written here const, so it is saying that we can't initialize it. So maybe I'll just write it that. So this dollar or underscore with special symbol in within, I can write the digits or any other. So with this special symbol, only dollar and underscore are allowed. We know this, all this stuff. No keyword. Yeah, keyword, we can't use a keyword class. I can't have a keyword called let to be used as a variable name. You can't use it. I can't use a const as a variable name. You can't use it. I can't use a, sometimes the name was also a, it can't, so maybe ASCII will allow because it's not a reserved keyword. So basically, whatever keyword we are using, that maybe HTML, it might allow, right? So keyword can't be used as identifier name. This is very simple step. Case sensitive, yeah. Case sensitive, we can write either in camel case or underscore. So we know in CSS we write kebab case, but in JavaScript we write either camel case or underscore, whatever is preferable. Okay. And now const let where is function scope, let and constant block. So what is the meaning of this? It's a very important interview question. Function scope, what is the meaning of function scope? So I'll just write here where, I'll just write here my name. So I'll just go with where let const in a very nice manner later. I'll just try to answer all the questions. Like this is a global scope. Okay. Because if I write a function, maybe some I'll just write and the values I'll be writing. So if I just do a log of name over here and I call the function here, okay, so what happens is that I see this. So it depends upon in which environment we are executing this. I mean, environment is the Node.js environment. The Node.js environment, what is it? Okay, I'm going to start. Okay, so it is coming as another over here. That means this particular variable can be accessed here, can be accessed in line number 2, can be accessed in line number 4 also, because this is a global scope. Now, if I just do let over here, this is also a, this is a block scope. Block scope means right now there is no block over here. So if I just execute it, it will give the same result. Okay, because this is whether it's where or let, it is there at the top of the document over here, can be accessible here. Okay, but let's focus on where first, then we go to let. Now, what we can do it over here? We know that we can assign the name variable over here. So if I just give my title, then the value of name. So basically, when I'm logging over here, it will check whether in this block is there anything called name over here, any variable called name. Yes, if it is there, then it will display use that. If it is not there, it will try to search in the global manner, right, in the outside of the function. So here it will be Sahu. Why? Because this is more preferable. So here, if you hover over here, um, it is expecting that this becomes local to this particular function. Now this name, you see the value of name was another, but here I have reassigned the value. Now if I just do a log over here, okay, not here, maybe we'll do it over here. Okay. If I do a log over here, now what happens? Let's see. Okay. Now you see what happened here. Now this, even if I don't write here where, if I don't write any identifier over here, any identifier over here, now this is referring, this particular thing name is referring to the global variable only. If I just write here letter, now this what becomes, this is let is block scope, right? So within this block, that means now name refers to this and this name, and this name variable is different than this. These are not same, because you see, when I execute, the one first SAH will come, then SANAT will come. Why I'll tell you. So in both the
Mm-hmm.
ideally it shouldn't come, but it is coming as SHU. Okay, which means that okay. So I think the environment is also a problem. But ideally, what happens is that when I'm writing here name, it is searching for the name within this block. If we get this name, then it is displaying. So this SAHU is correct. And if I am logging over here name, now this name refers to what? This name doesn't refers to this particular name. It refers
Global scope.
to global.
Global scope.
Ideally, it should be SANet. What we'll do? Let's execute this in a browser. Okay. Let's see in the browser what will be the result. Now you see, first came SAHU, then came SANAT. Okay. What
Now,
you do?
why it is showing in VS Code wrongly?
Because
Any
they are
idea?
load environment.
Okay, okay.
So based on the environment, the globals are different. Globals of, because in if you see the in node environment, the global is not window. It's not a document. You don't have access to the document here. Obviously, we are not using any document, but the behavior will be a little different.
Okay, okay, okay.
The node is kind of runtime and it is uses JavaScript only, but behavior will be little different. Okay.
Okay.
These are examples to make people understand. Obviously, will not use in a real-time experience. We'll be not using this kind of example, but when we have this problem, then we should know that, okay, so this might be the reason. Okay. Now, if I have here const, now the problem with this is, let's see what will be the result over here. Okay. Now see here it changes. Why? Because when I'm writing here const name, uh, this is also block scope. That means here I'm writing here name. It is checking for name variable within this block. In this block, it finds the name as SAHU and it displays that name, that is SAHU displays. And then when here I'm checking, now this particular name variable is different than this particular variable. Okay. So that's the reason I see here SAHU, I see here. Now what we'll do, we'll copy this and then let's see in the browser what it shows. Okay. SAHU, SANAT. For the let, it is not showing the correct result, but for the const, it shows correct result over here. Okay. Now, but if I just remove this guy, okay, then it both becomes SANAT. Okay. Now both become SAHU. This will be SAHU because we got over here, because the variable name we have not written over here. So we have not written here the identifier name where or let. In that case, it refers to the global. So if you are not writing something, remember that it refers to the global only. Okay. And if
Oh,
make here letter, okay. And now if I see here also the value will be SAHU is what I'm thinking. Yeah. Because here now it becomes a now if I just write here let over here. Now you see, now what will happen is, let's see what will happen, whether it is taking the, because now I've re-declared. So basically I've, this way I've declared and initialized here. Now this variable also I've re-declared it. And we're initializing it, but I'm re-declaring it also. Earlier we were just you know, initializing, but here we are declaring as well as initializing. Let's see what will be the result. Okay. Now the result changes over here because this is the reason it is changing, because we are re-declaring again. Okay. Now this one you understood.
Yeah.
Okay. If I just copy, so these are very simple questions and might come in the interviews.
Okay.
Okay. So these kind of questions, small questions. These are basically scoping based questions. Okay. Now, if I just write here const again, and this is also a different value. Now, if I write here const here, okay, and now if I write const, it will be different. It will be obviously different that we know right now. And if I write name over here, let's see what will happens over here. Okay. Now you see what it is saying, assignment to constant variable. Now, because the scope of this particular variable is global now, right? So here I'm trying to reassign it. So it will not allow it to reassign because this is a constant variable. Clear, right? Everything is now clear, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, these are 4, 5, 10 different kind of questions related to scoping. Okay. Similarly, there are questions related to hosting also. Okay.
Mm.
Const can't reassign. We need to initialize it with the value. Okay. User prefer to use const when the values will not never change. Okay, quotation mark we know, double quote or single quote or backticks, and generally used for string concatenation. So basically, whenever you are having a single quote or double quote in mix, then just use a single quote outside or double quote outside, and inside you can write it. Basically, we'll write a double quote outside and single quotes you can use it. And for string concatenation, it's always you can concatενate by using plus, or you can concatενate by using dollar and having the variable over there in the backticks. This we know. Okay. Now, string concatenation, combining string values. This we know that we take string 1 plus string 2. So it will be a result will be some string, new string. Okay. But with backtick, we have having values. So this we know, right? Okay. I'll give some smaller example. I name it right. str2. So before this, we were writing str1 plus space plus str2. Now what we are doing? We are writing like this. We are writing backtick and we are writing dollar here. And we are writing str1, some space, dollar, str2. So first is both the string calculation. This is using backticks. This is using on plus operator over here. Okay. And this variable should always have some value. Okay. It can be a function also. I can write something like this dot log, maybe backtick. So backtick make it a JavaScript environment. So I'll just write here concat str, maybe a function I can write, and I have to write the function which will do some operation and give me the result. In that case, I can see the result. Okay. So basically, whatever we are writing, I have to see this. I can write here any operation also. I can write. I can write plus maybe a. I can add, right. I can do any kind of plus, minus, multiplication, division, any kind of uh, operation also I can do. Okay. This gives an environment to do something, some activities like any mathematical calculation, anything we can write, or we can write a function to give some value. Okay. We can pass any value, we can return some value. Basically, anything we write over here, it should return something. This curly braces, within these curly braces, it should return something. Okay. Simple. Number is nothing but we can do plus equals to minus equals to plus plus minus. We know this is a binary operator, and these are unitary operator where we can increase or decrease value. Uh, Basically, okay. These are binary operators. These are unitary operator where we can get single value. Okay, this we know. I'm not covering all these things because we know it's common to every language. Yeah, this is an important question like implicit type conversion. Implicit type conversion means converting one type to another type. Okay,
Mm.
converting one type to another type is a very important interview questions. Basically, what we do in converting one type to another type is suppose I'm having a one is some So now what happens is that I do a log, get str1 plus str2. So it will do a string concatenation, right? If I am having, instead of this, I'm having a number, then what it does, it will do a again string concatenation. So the answer will be 10 and SAHU. Okay. If I do negative number, so it will give a result a NaN. Okay. Let's see. Okay. We'll get not a
mm,
number. We are subtracting a string from a number. Okay. Now if I just remove these and I do a number minus a string, still it will give an order number because we're trying to uh, subtract a string from a number. Okay. If I give a value over here and do a minus, it will do the mathematical operation, right? And if I give it as a string, then what happens? Number plus string. If I just do a plus over here, I'll get 105. Okay, 105. And this is not a number, it's a string. Okay, how will know that it is a string? Because when you copy it, go to the browser and do the same stuff over here. Okay, so it will be in black in color. So if you see a result in black in color, then it is always
mm,
okay. Okay. If you see value in blue in color, then it is a number. Here it is, the background is black, so it's not visible. But if you see this value is in black in color, it's a string. If it's blue in color, it's a number. Okay. If I do minus over here, now I'm subtracting a number, so a string from a number. What the result will be? It will be 5. Why will be 5? Because this is not a concatenation. It is doing a mathematical calculation. So JavaScript is very smart and it gives a result as 5. So which is a number. It will be blue in color. Okay. We'll just copy this. If I do it over here, see it is blue in color, right? Because it's a number. Something which is black in color is a string. Understood? Understand?
yeah.
Okay, these are quick questions. Now, if I just do a subtraction and multiplication division, what happens? Same result. If you do any other operation other than plus, JavaScript understands this and does the operation, and then the result you will see as 2 over here. Okay,
Mm,
for our modulus. Okay, simple. Now, implicit type conversion, because we are converting a number to a string and string to a number, all those things we are doing over here. So it is a implicitly means it is converting. So while doing a mathematical calculation, it converts the string to a number and then it does the operation. That's the reason that is called implicit type conversion. Okay. Now data types. Okay. Type of there are 7 in number of data types. One is primitive, string, number, boolean, null, undefined symbol. And the reference types are functions, arrays, and objects. So how will you know a value is it's a null or an undefined or a number or anything, but by using the type of operator. Okay. But the type of null, this is important. Type of null is an object, and type of undefined is undefined. And type of array, object, and functions are always functions are there. The type of array is an array. Okay, let's see. Let's do over here. Now, I just have a type of temp. Okay. I'll just do type of temp. So type of number is a number. So let's see. It's a number. Now type of string is string. String. Type of boolean may be true. It's only always a boolean. So primitive types have no problem with it. Only when it comes to, so null is also primitive type, but there is a value of null will be an object. So this you have to remember. Okay. And undefined is again undefined. This we know. Okay. Then if I just write here a function, okay. So type of a function, let's see what will be. Type of function is always a function. Okay. And this is a string. The result that you are getting is all in string. It will be in quotes. Why I'll just show you. If I just copy this guy, go to the browser, and then I just need to paste it. I have done something which is giving me in WebSocket. So it will be always there in quotes. It is not visible over here. It will always there in quotes. Okay. Single double quote. Now type of an array is always an object. Or array, I forgot. The type of an array is an object is what I'm thinking. Oh, it's an object. If I just do, you see in quotes you are seeing, right? Oh, I'm doing log, so that's the reason I'm not seeing. So always the result is give me a quotes. Okay. So when you're checking if type of equals to quote of object or quote of function or quote of array, then do something whatever. That is how you will check. Type of array is an object. This you have to remember. Okay. This is the question they have asked me, but I could not answer it. I did not remember. I know type of will not work, but what is the original way of checking whether an object is an array or not? I forgot. There is a specific thing. Some triple equals to you to do something. I forgot. Actually, that's the answer. Okay. And type of object is a big object. One below. It's an object. So to type of we can know. Now array. Let's go. So do you have any questions on array? I can go into array methods and everything, but if you have question, we can discuss on that.
Uh, Array. Maybe we can do some spread and spread operator. Play around with it.
So spread operator is generally used to clone a particular array. So basically what we have, maybe that array is to some value 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And if I just want to copy this value, then I can use something like object dot assign. Okay. And here I will just write it. Let me go to write something like this, right? Let's see what the result of this will be. Okay. But this array is a different array. Okay. So if I just assign this particular, then it will say that, okay, no, it is not same, it is different. Obviously, it will say that it will be different. Why? Because locations are different. But shallow comparison, deep comparison will always fail.
Mm.
Okay. So basically, what we are doing is we are taking the value of the array 1 and we are assigning those values to a new array is what we are doing. Okay. And if I just do array 1 triple equals to array 2, let's see what it is giving. I think it will be not equal. So it is not, I think array is not defined, right? Here. Let's see. False. See, it is saying false. Okay. It is,
Mm.
but in if I just show, so these are comparison kind of questions. Okay.
Mm.
How can you check that two values are same, two arrays are same or not same? If I just do array 1, array 3 equals to array 1. If I just do array 1 equals triple equals to array 3, in this, see what is the answer? Here it will be true. Why? I have assigned the array 1 to array 3. Okay, which means that I have transferred the value as well as the reference to this. Okay, so now this is shallow comparison we are doing. Okay, understood?
Yeah, yeah.
Of the relation. And one other way of doing the same thing is using spread operator, right? So what we do is over here, I just take this array one and use spread operator, and I will do like this. So in this case, what happens is that I am just copying the value, okay, and not the reference. Okay, so I just need to write in this manner because ultimately we are needing an array. Now, if I just write an array one and array three, array two, if it is equal or not, the answer will be false again. Okay, got it. That means through
Yeah.
object assign also will be false. Um, a spread operator also will be false. Okay. Now this is with array. Let's come with object. So in the object is obj1 equal to some object over here, a of one. Simple. And obj2 is, so if I just want to copy the value without copying the reference, so what I'll write? I'll write here dot 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 obj1. So here now I copied, but finally I need an object, so I'll just write here an object. Okay, curly braces. So now if I just do a log of obj2, you will see the value as same. But when I do whatever, oh, here I've done. Okay, the value is a1 is the value. But if I do a log of obj2 triple equals to obj1, the value will be false. Okay, because we have value will be false. Why? Since the value is same, but these two objects are different. Why? Because we are using spread operator to do it. Okay. Now, instead of spread operator, if I want to do in the object.assign format, obj3 equals to object.assign. Okay. Here, what I will do is that instead of an array, I will use object because I have to do it. Here, I'll just write here obj1. Okay. And if I just do a obj3 equals to obj1, if I do, first is false, second will be also false. Okay, both are false, right? And if I just do something like this, obj4 equals to obj1, in this case, the answer will be true, right? Obj
Mm.
equals to obj1, the same, the answer will be C. So initially will be false, false, and true. Okay, false first, so the value is true because we are transferred the value as well as transfer the reference to it. Clear? How we are using spread operator? Most of this
Yeah.
is used in Redux, where we are copying the value of the state object, and then we are creating a copy, and then we are assigning it. Or we can use this in hooks also, where we are basically hooks. We shouldn't use it. Um, Using spread operator, we shouldn't use it only when we want to update the state immediately. Then we, because hooks, how it works is that it will not update the state immediately. It will update in the next iteration. But if you want to see it immediately, then you have to use something like this. So if I'm having a hook as maybe name, and I just use set name, okay, and use state as uh, empty string. If I just write a function and inside that I just write here set name as maybe the value whatever. Okay, now if you want, this will not update immediately, it will update in the next iteration. But if you want to do update immediately, then you have to use a callback over here, and you have to do something like this. That you have to just take the previous value, like here you have to write here the previous value. Okay, I take the copy of the previous value and
Mm.
the new value, like this you have to write. Okay, but don't do all these things because it's not necessary, and it will make your code very complex. You shouldn't do all these things. Okay, this is
Mm.
the React. We do spread operator to do update the state this manner. Okay, any other questions?
No, no, Sanat.
Okay. So some question related to array, like we'll cover array more. Yeah, I'll take one class to explain all the methods that is there in array and all the methods that is there in object in one class. Only very fast I'll cover. So in that I'll cover a lot of functions that is there. But you have to remember a few methods that is of array. One is for each, where we can iterate, map, we can iterate as well as return some value. For each doesn't return any value. Uh, then there is find to iterate to find the masked object. There is filter to filter the values and return a new array. Find will return a new array of objects. Filter will return a new array. Map will return a new array of values that you find it. Not find it, but based on the condition. And there is some if we find at least matches one, and there is every which matches everything. Okay, they are the basic function. Yeah, tell me. Okay. Now, suppose some questions, I'll just let me frame some questions, which there is reduce also, which will be used to um, do some activities based on single values. If you want to get uh, from the array, then that is used. Reduce it to. Okay, so let's frame some question here. Maybe if I'm having this name, let's find out the uh, word which is having the maximum length, for example. Okay, this is the take the text, and from them you find out the word with the highest length, which means that the question says that okay, you take the input and give me one result. In that case, radius is the best way in which we can solve this problem. Right? Like this, you have to think. So basically, the string is there. Now, first, let me do this to solve this. Okay. So the question is find the word with the find the longest word. Okay. Means the length will be highest, longest word. This true. Okay. Simple. So what I will do now? This is a string. If I have to find the longest word, then we are we are basically finding the length of the each word, and then we will see whose length is highest. Okay.
Mm.
The best way to do is let word equals this string. We have to use a split, right? When we split a string based on uh, space, what happens? So this string, I am splitting the string based on the space, right? So the result will be something like this. So this array is there. Each will be a word. Okay. This is the result. Okay. We'll do lot like these questions a lot in one class I will do, but I'm just showing, okay, this will be the result. Okay. Now what I will do is just simple. What we will do, we'll iterate through the word array, and then whichever length is the highest, that we will return it. Simple, right? So let max length or longest word, best word length, okay, length equals to maybe word of 0 dot length. Just doing without thinking, okay? There can be a lot of ways. So this may be the longest. Now what I do is that I just do maybe I can use map, I can use filter, I can use so many things. I can use reduce also. Reduce will be single forward. Okay. I take the value maybe ID, something like str. Okay. Now str, what I will do is simple question. If str dot length is greater than longest word dot length, Okay. So then what happens? We don't need reduce for it. Simple, we can just do with the map. Then what happens? Then longest word dot length equals to str dot length. Following, right, Sachin?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Simple. And so if it is not satisfying, it is moving to the next step. And I do, I take the value, I check the length. If the length is greater than the longest word, then longest word of length equals this. And I can just have one more like that. Longest word is to sort of 0. For example, I've kept. And then I can just simply like that. Right? Simple. Now
Mm.
this what it will return. It will return something we don't want. We are not focusing on the return part. We are just iterating, so we can write a simple for each in that case. Right? Let it return, and then here if I'm thinking it will work. Let's see. Word. I think it will work, but with using reduce, it will be a single. What I can here. What is not a function y? Oh, okay, when we split a string, what we get? That is one question, right? I think we will get the array of, let's see. What we get? Okay, Sanat Kumar, so that is we get, right? So that is correct. Now what it is saying? What did for each is not possible. Okay, so it is not able to identify what is Mhm. So it will be returning a value, but you don't need the value. Okay, Sanat and 5, SN85, S mark. Okay, this is correct. If I just write here one H, for example, let's see if it is working. SN80, so if I just write here RRR, so it should be Kumar, right? Everything is working. Got it right? Clear?
Yeah.
So like this, so we have to practice. So with only array methods and objects, there can be hundreds of questions we can form. Okay. So
Mm.
now similarly, just take a string value and think of different solution. For example, one can be something like this. Okay, you take the string and find out the number of times a particular letter is there. Like S has how many times? Maybe S 2 times. A is how many times? This is maybe a 3 times. That kind of question can also be formed, right? If we have that kind of question, then how will we solve?
Mm.
That kind of questions can be solved through mapping. Mapping in sense like, suppose this is a name, right? What we will do is the never go with big O of n square or any other. So maybe number of loops. So people generally what they think, they take the first value and then they check if the same value equals to this equals to I equals to j plus 1, like this they will check. Two loops will come. So that is not a good solution. You have to in one loop only how we are solving it. That is the people will consider that kind of solution only in one loop, right? So what we can do over here? Okay. So we can do something like this. I will so let's but this is an important question. You try to solve this, Sasan. Okay. Now
Okay, yeah.
here what we can do is we we just need an object. Okay. In this object, what we'll be having is so let me do a name dot split. Okay. And then let's do a map. Time is losing very fast. In the map, I'll just need a string. And now what I will do is if so here we can use uh, if this particular value is already there, if str of the key, right? So str refers to what? Uh, okay, we don't need to split it, right? Do we need to split it? No, we don't need to split it. Just we can do a map because map will operate in any kind of collection. Okay, 1 minute is there. Quickly I'll do. So this is str of if this uh, if object uh, of str, okay, if it is there already, then object of str, okay, plus plus, okay, this you understood. Else
Mm.
object of str, something like this you have to do, okay, equals to str, like this you have to do. So basically what it is doing, if the value is already there in the object, then just increase the value to plus plus. If it is not there, then increase, just assign the value. In that case, you will know how many times a particular values is there. Understood?
Mm.
We have to solve in
Yeah.
a small. Now there is no loop, only one loop we can do, right? Let's see. Map is not a function. It is not working over here. Hmm. Try this, okay? It might end anytime. So if
Yeah,
I
yeah.
do a split with empty, see, see now, okay, it